Hello everyone, hello! That's right here with more Final Fantasy XIV. We are currently in Ul'dah. We're about to talk to Lalai and start up our Black Mage quests. The plans for today are to finish off the 2 Black Mage quests that we have to do, and then we're going to do the Conjurer quests, as I am quite behind on those. And then, if I got time, the Arcanist quest. Now, I don't work tonight, so really I could just do this up till that point. So this quest is called Shades of Shatoto. Miro, I'm glad you are here. I would consult with you about a matter that has been gnawing away at my mind. Thanks in no small part to your efforts, the Book of Naldal have at long last been reunited in these halls. There are long lost, long secrets, just waiting to be unearthed. Though I have scarcely begun poring over the tomes, I've already made a most remarkable discovery. Each of the twin tomes contains a cipher of sorts, the meaning of which could only be deciphered when the two are referenced in tandem. I will spare you the details on how I unraveled the message, though it truly was among my finer moments, if I dare say so myself. At any rate, the words once decoded are most evidently an incantation, albeit one entirely unfamiliar to me. Beneath it was a simple directive. Heir to the dark arts, speak these words under Null's reflection, that memories long forgotten may stir anew. As to what precisely these words are referencing, your guess is as good as mine. Still, Master Kukuru could doubtlessly preserve the incantation and accompanying message in his records for a reason. And if we are not the heirs to the arts of black magic, who is? So I trust I can expect to see you at Null's reflection, and do try to hurry, yes? I would prefer not to delay any potential epic-making discoveries any longer than necessary. Sorry, my voice acted up there in the midst. Anyway, you guys. What's that? There. We need to go to Null's reflection, which is either in South Stanlan or East Stanlan. This one is in South. Okay. All right. Pick up some more Gazelle grains when I get a chance. Sometimes my phone just makes like sounds at me and I don't know why. Oh, look at this. Okay. This is where we fought Barbatos. And that is all you need to know. When I give the sign, you are to chant the words precisely as I instructed. Understood? Sorry. That light. Hello, Vector. We're doing side quests. Yes. You shall serve as the bringer of destruction. As for my vessel, yes, that one should suffice. That way I can focus on the main story during our main streams. Whatever was that strange sensation? For a moment it was as if a great fire burned within me, and then now it's as if my very mind is being rent in two. And this voice. My hat, my staff is clipping through my hat. My voice is a little rough today, otherwise I feel good. Then it looks like I got punched in the face right here. Well, well. It feels good to walk the earth for the first time in 2 millennia. Seems that old coot proved himself useful after all. If he hadn't kicked it, I'd find him and give him a pat on the back. And what are you gawking at? You are a black mage, are you not? Surely you possess the common sense to recognize the woman who stands before you. Or will you be needing a hint? Some would call me a death's hand maiden, but I always found that particular epithet so needlessly morbid. Though technically speaking, I am but a manifestation of a memory. You may call me by the name I used in life. Shatoto, at your service. But I jest, of course. It's you who are at mine. I must say, what is it with black mages today in these unwieldy hats? Do they truly believe it makes them look more imposing? Or are they merely compensating for something? In either event, I have no need for such adornments. Now that's more like it. Miro, was it? Of course it was. Now that we are on a first-name basis, you'll have to tell me about yourself. On second thought, let's skip that. Time is short, and to be quite honest, I don't particularly care. At any rate, as I might have mentioned, I am not the true Shatoto as she once lived, but rather a manifestation of her memory, or my memory. Needless to say, that still makes me the most powerful sorceress currently existing in your world. You do well to remember that if you ever have a mind to cross me. Well then, now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, what do you say we have a little fun? Prepare to be blasted into a gazillion itty-bitty pieces. Oh, come now, must I spell everything out for you? I must know if you are sufficiently adept at the dark arts to help me forestall impending doom, and this is by far the easiest way to do so. Not to mention the most fun. Prepare for a world of pain. She looks a lot like Shantoto from FF11. I imagine that is on purpose. How are you feeling today, Vector? It's like a fucking slugfest. Just gonna reset and start this again. Come now, this is supposed to be easy for you, she says. Damn it. can paralyze me. I'm gonna sharp cast this. Okay, this bitch is really powerful. I'm surprised I'm still alive. Fuck. You fuck! Oh, okay, my ley lines didn't go out. I don't really want to obliterate you. Not sure I'm gonna kill her. Alright, that was rough. Troubleshooting game installs on your Steam Deck? What you putting on there? I should decide what I want to put on mine. Outrun 2006. Not half bad. The painfully dull expression on your face had me worried, but I suppose you'll do after all. Do for what? Try to keep up, will you? I abhor repeating myself. Let me start at the beginning. 2,300 years ago, the greatest mage our realm has ever known, that would be me, compiled a choice assortment of the most potent offensive incantations and evocations into the school known as Black Magic. You still seem puzzled. I also devised a spell that would allow my memory to one day return. My reasons were twofold. For one, I simply had to see for myself how the art of destruction had been handed down the eras after I had inevitably passed. For another, I knew that without my guidance, this realm would one day meet most certain... Oh, this won't do. I had thought the girl stronger than this, but these eyelids grow heavy, and my consciousness wanes. I suppose I'll just have to take a little nap. But remember this, my puppet of destruction. You have an important role to play in the battle to come. A battle that will decide the very fate of your world. Till next I wake, shirk not your study of the art. Miro? Where are we? It's as if I just woke up from the strangest dream. And yet my every limb aches. It's as if my respite were more exhausting than the fiercest battles. Did you perchance observe anything odd happen to me? Imagine waking up and you're just fucking exhausted. Every bone in your body aches. Preposterous, or so most would say. But you have no reason to tell me falsehoods, and it would certainly explain the curious symptoms I find myself experiencing. Chatoto, the mother of our dark art, she who pursued the power of destruction to and beyond any limits that could be conceived. Has her consciousness truly taken up residence in my own mind? Hey, Mira, get out of the bags. It is no use. I call out, but she does not answer. Whether she slumbers or simply deigns not to answer, I cannot say. I fear I am at something of a loss. Let us return to the Sicarium and clear our heads. Mayhap the answers we seek will yet reveal themselves to us. I also remember most of these quests, with the exception of the one I just did, because holy crap. Most of these quests, I recall they are quite a bit quicker than the earlier story quests. Alright, let's go to the Weaver's Guild. I'm afraid it's no use. I've called out the Chatoto within my mind time and time again, but I am met with only silence. If only Master was still here, surely he could shed some light on the matter. After all, it was he who recorded for posterity the words we used to summon forth Shatoto's memory. Wait, that's it. Master himself may not be here, but his writings may yet contain the answer to our queries. It was within the statue of Null that the memory slumbered. This does not strike me as a mere coincidence. I believe that settles it. I will return to the tomes and see what knowledge can be gleaned, that we might prepare ourselves for whatever tasks await us. This holds for you as well, Miro. Whatever motives for returning to us, I cannot shake the feeling that ill happenings are afoot. I suggest you resume your studies with the utmost of urgency. It will be available on reaching level 63. The requirements for undertaking the subsequent quest can be read in your journal. Okay, well we actually have it. So, Golem's gone wild. Ah, Miro, good. For better or for worse, it would seem Shatoto is still enjoying herself a peaceful slumber. In the meantime, my study of the books of Null has proven rather enlightening. In particular, I was surprised to learn that while the statue of Null's reflection is a relatively recent construction, in historical terms of course, the goblet it holds in its hands is quite ancient. It would appear that it was within that vessel Mr. Shatoto's soul was sealed away. Master's record goes on to state that the inner surface of the goblet is inscribed with a message in the glyphs of ancient Ma. It reads, ah yes, here it is. The power of destruction did rend the baleful star, and peace doth reign near and far. Yet 23 centuries hence shall it come anew, and certain doom is sure to ensue. A prophecy of sorts, it would seem. It has been roughly 2,300 years since Shatoto founded black magic, which means it is entirely possible she herself left the inscription. But whatever sort of doom could the prophecy be referring to? I fear it is all rather cryptic. Lalai! And Miro as well! I would speak with both of you at once. Hey, dude. Well, I would like nothing more than catch up on old times. I come bearing grave tidings. My friends, pray lend me your aid. Well, if it isn't our favorite Gubu-headed hearer, I would have thought the seventh hell would freeze over before you cast your lot with purveyors of destruction. What have we done to deserve the honor of your groveling? This is no time for a jest, Lalai. The situation is most dire. Why, a veritable horde of crazed golems has burst forth from the lost city, and is wreaking havoc on the 12s even as we speak. Whatever foul sorcery led them to abandon their orders and run rampant, we cannot say. But one thing is certain, if we do not deal with them, and do so swiftly, there's no telling what damage they might inflict upon our forest home. That does sound like cause for concern. Very well. I suppose it would not kill to put the matter of Shatoto aside for the moment. Wait, no, not now. I say, how can the girl think straight with this ungodly fool's cap weighing her down? Or perhaps she can't, that is what... But of course, it all makes perfect sense. Oh, hello there, did you miss me and my prodigious intellect? Of course you did. Now, look, we haven't much time, so do try to keep pace. This surge of ether, just who or what are you? Yes, I'm sure there's so much you'd like to know, but where would that get us? I've already heard all I need to know through the girl's ears. We are needed in the South Shroud, yes? Rampaging golems, was it? Indeed. I've tasked a whaler named Alphiny with looking into the matter. With any luck, he's gleaned some knowledge which might avail us in plotting suitable course of action. Alphine, South Shroud, yes, I believe the great Shatoto has all she needs. Well, come now. No point in standing around like gawping gobus when there's work to be done, right? Right. Shatoto? Miro, I'm most grateful for your aid. Do not get me wrong, but is there anything you and Lalai have been keeping from me? Mark my words, I will hear of it full when our task is done. I like how he just shows up and is like upset that there's stuff that he doesn't know about that has happened. Vector, do you meet up with people that you haven't seen in 10 years and then get mad that they have stuff going on in their lives that they didn't tell you about? Welcome, friends. You come seeking news of golems, yes? Would that I had any to give. I fear not a single one of the creatures has manifested itself before mine eyes. So you say, my good man, but is it possible you do not see the trees for the forest? Sometimes that which we seek is right before us, and we need only attune our visions. Why, is it just me, or do I spy a number of curious stone structures peeking out from the brush? Yes, I have an inkling that our foe may be hiding in plain sight. But just how is one to distinguish living stone from the ordinary type? Why, I do believe the former would take less kindly to being scorched with a burst of hellfire. Or hell's fire. So, the plan is clear, yes? Let's get blasting. Well, me meeting up with people after that long? Fair. I am also the same. If I haven't seen you in like 4 days, you're dead to me. I'm kidding. Mostly. Hey look, these statues are also from FF11. Alright, let's blast it with Fire 3. I like how that took my mana, but didn't actually give me, Probably gonna use Neckbreaker. Purple mission. Although you're supposed to get that, bud. Oh, next Splinter, not Splitter. Okay, so, Vector, change of the question then. If you met up with friends after 10 years that you hadn't seen in a while, and I should be hitting Fire 3 first, just to wake it up. Would you be upset if they had information about their lives that they didn't tell you about? Yes, I turned them into the blaze. That's probably the best answer you could have given. That's hilarious. That was fun, wasn't it? Now, while I'm not wont to repeat myself, it seems I should make an exception for the slower members of our band. You have the privilege of standing before the Archmage Shatoto, or rather, a memory of the same which has awakened after years of slumber to rescue your realm from a fate most dire. Slower. Lady Shatoto, if that is truly who you are, I cannot deny your arcane prowess, and yet there is much about this matter that does not sit well with me. Pray, explain yourself. What is this dire fate of which you speak? Oh dear, you really aren't very smart. Very well, I shall begin from the beginning. Dear me, did I almost rhyme? Who does that anyway? Anyway, the tale begins some 2 millennia ago, when the great civilization of Maha was still in its infancy. Sorry, I had to laugh there to myself because Shantoto rhymes all the time. Our scholars ascertained that a mighty comet, awash with unspeakable ethereal energy, was on course to strike our fair home and reduce it to so much rubble. And so I thought to rectify the situation the only way I knew how, by blasting the foul rock out of the sky with the most powerful destructive magic our team had ever seen. This, more than anything, was what spurred me to develop the art of black magic as it is today. Needless to say, my plan was a remarkable success. A massive chunk of the comet was shattered, knocking it off its path and sending it spinning harmlessly off into the heavens. The story, however, does not end there. Fragments of the meteor hurtled embedded themselves in the earth. While small enough that their impact caused no significant damage, They remain beneath the surface, brimming with etheric energies, just waiting to be unearthed. Needless to say, those otherworldly stones drew the attention of mages far and wide, who sought to claim their powers for their own. These are the stones that gave golems their souls, by whose powers may many a city-state flourish. And yet these stones held yet further secrets. When two of them were brought together, they would call out to one another, ether reacting to ether to augment their mutual powers to still greater heights. Mind you, the power of mere fragments, even in a heightened state, would be far too meager to be cause for concern. One threat, however, still lingered. What if the comet, the Mother Stone, as it were, would return, its circuitous orbit bringing it in shouting distance of our world once more? Would not its remnants, its children, summon it hither in all its destructive glory? Preposterous. Did your vaunted Black Mage not knock the comet clear across the skies? Why, it's simply inconceivable that its new path would bring it back around in our direction. Inconceivable to feebler minds, maybe, but not my own. In fact, I posit that the comet is drawing nearer every moment, and it is for this very reason that the golems are now running amok. If left unattended, the implications for this world would be calamitous indeed. Fortunately, you have an ally in the impending battle, a prodigy who foresaw the danger that was to come. I sent her memory into the future that she might return to save the day. Do you mean to say that you predicted that this event would come, over 2,000 years ago, mind you, and devised an incantation for the sole purpose of allowing you to return to us in our time of need? I do believe I've already said precisely that. Of course, I did not do it entirely on my own. The spell would have been lost to history if crazy old Kukuruka hadn't dug it up when he did and recorded it for posterity. Dear little Lalai and Miro also played their parts as well. Oh, how wonderful it is when one's followers, against their natural tendencies perhaps, manage not to make an utter menace of things. I must admit, the whole story strikes me as a bit far-fetched. I mistrust neither your motives nor your skill, Lady Shitoto, but as here charged with the protection of this wood, I cannot leave this matter to you alone. I will accompany you and offer you what aid I can. But first, let us return to Ul'dah. I would hear more of the plan you propose before we take action. Must you? Very well. Just promise you will not get in our way. Now, come along, my puppets. I have a realm to save, and you're going to help me. How very nice. Alright, that wasn't too bad. So, Vector, when you say you'd turn them into the police, are you saying you'd call the police on them? Or are you saying that you have the powers to alter reality in which you'd snap your fingers and now they are members of the police? The hero assures me that there have been no golem uprisings elsewhere, and since he clearly is too thick to tell a convincing lie, I'm inclined to believe him. This means that we still have time to form a plan of attack. Yes, it's my favorite band. Good. I do pride myself on my honesty, and so I will be honest with you when I say this. Your art, to put it kindly, your art is, to put it kindly, not looked fondly upon in our day and age, and your story stretches the limits of believability. We cannot stave off this calamity alone, but any entreaties you might make are not likely to find a receptive audience. I, on the other hand, have friends in positions of some prominence. I shall reach out to them and see what aid they are willing to offer. How charming. He actually thinks he might prove himself useful. In your spare time, might you not ask your astrologian friends if they have any recent calculations on the comet's path? I have no reason to doubt the accuracy of my own, of course, but I was working off 2 millennia-old data. As you wish. Forgive me for being forward, but might I inquire as to the well-being of our mutual friend Lalai? She is still in there somewhere, yes? Oh, she most certainly is. Worry not, the ghost consciousness is just enjoying a short respite. Which reminds me, I really am due for a nap myself. Be a dear and do try not to let things go to hell while in my absence, will you? Shitoto, mother of the art that brought the great floods upon us, has she truly returned to deliver us from doom? Vector brought the great floods upon us, too. The progenitor of our esteemed art has chosen me as their vessel in hopes of saving our world from a falling star? I can scarce imagine a greater honor. Come, Miro, We must put our minds together and figure out how we might best do her bidding. Wait, Lalai, if we take her words at face value, Shitoto has only the realm's best interests at heart, and yet I, for one, remain skeptical. Which is not to say I doubt her intentions, or yours for that matter, and yet we speak of the founder of the very art which gave rise to the War of the Magi and the Sixth Umbral Calamity. Should I not be that even in seeking to save our realm, she's like as not to destroy it? Blasphemy! Why, Lady Shitoto has long since passed when the war broke out. Only a blind, busting half-wit would even think to hold her responsible for it. Though when I put it that way, I understand this, and that's why I begrudge neither you nor her my aid, such as it will serve to protect the realm's peace. At the same time, I intend to keep close watch on her. One can never be too wary, after all. In any event, I will gather what knowledge I can of the threat we face, and I'd be most grateful if you could do the same. Might I suggest speaking with your beastmen allies, if the idea has not already occurred to you, that is. I swear, that man's head is made of harder stone than any golem. Still, at least he is cooperating with us, which is progress of some sort. In any event, I will reach out to our beastmen friends and encourage you to return to your studies in the meantime. If one thing is clear, it is the task ahead that will test our very limits. Okay, so we can get the next one at 65. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure it's certain that we don't get anything from it. Yeah. Okay, well that's going to be it for this recording, guys. Give me a sec here. I'll be right back with the Conjurer quests.